Here's a Dell PC that has power problem. Yep. So immediately I plug it in, the light will go off. So in this video, we are going to work on this and see how the problem can be solved. But looking at the problem, obviously it has power problem. So there's a short circuit on the motherboard. So that's why it is causing the light, the LED light here, to shut off. So I'm going to plug in the charger. This should lit up. Then next I'm going to plug in here. You see that it will go off. Yeah. So remove it will not come up again. I have to unplug and plug back. Right. So clearly, as it is, it has power problem. I've made a video regarding this. Yeah. So how do you fix this kind of a problem? You have to gain access to the motherboard. So the problem comes from motherboard. See, this board is having power problem. It is good for me to strip it the way I'm doing it now, so that I'll be able to have the full view of the motherboard. Since there is a kind of short, so this is DC in and here is the battery. Since I can spot something here, so now I'm going to set my multimeter to it's in continuity. All right, so I want to try with continuity first. So this problem comes from the CPU. All right, so here is the update. Remember when I was testing it, I injected voltage at the back. I injected voltage around here. Yeah, let me touch it. I injected voltage around here, right? But I noticed that the CPU was getting hot, and the CPU shouldn't get hot. So with the combination of this board view, I was able to trace where there are these point of connection. Take for example, I isolated point of connection one after the other. So this resistor P PR703, was the starting point. Okay, so from here, since I injected the voltage from here and the CPU is got hot and it shouldn't be, so I tried to trace all these points. For example, where are these points? All this PJ blah blah. Let me see if I can see one easily from here. Right. Good. Good. So this right here, PJP, this PJP 11. So I try to trace this. This thing is here. If light comes here, from here it comes to here and enters here. So if I disconnect this, all right. So the voltage is going to stop it. It's not going to cross here. So that is this in order to that was I isolated the parts. Yeah, so that I will know where the problem actually comes from. So in doing this one after the other, I got to here. All right, I got to this. So I was able to get the source of the problem, and it come actually I was right. It comes from the CPU. This right here, PL 5100. Yes, this PL 5100. Yeah, from this part. So immediately I remove this inductor, all other parts was silent except this area. Yeah, all this area, this point make connection to all this area. Okay, and all this area related to the ground, which shouldn't be. Since yes, direct to CPU is a CPU B plus, right? So I could not, introduce voltage. So I make sure all these inductors, this PF5 and all these big inductors, I make sure that I isolated them, right? All these ones, I isolate everything. So I now injected the voltage. I did not even notice anything. Next thing that I observed, all this thing that was screaming, that was screaming of short, all of them gone silent. So let me show you on the board. I've explained what I did using the schematic board view. So these are the coils that I isolated. And here's the inductor. So I just attach it here and introduce voltage and everything becomes silent. All right. So what I'm going to do now is to return these coils and try to test and see if it actually works. So I look for because introducing the voltage, there should be a sign of something that got burnt because it got silent. That means the short has been cleared. So I tried to look for what caused it, but I couldn't find it. So I just leave it. But perhaps if it is a capacitor, there'll be another capacitor that will take up the job. So I'll just close up this coil and test it and see if it all things being equal, it should be able to work. Except if this nigga right here is dead, is bad. So if it is bad, that means this thing needs to be replaced. Without that, there's nothing. That is the end to the motherboard.